Hello student and welcome for 3D printing application in various industries lecture series. I am Professor Sagar Thotre. I welcome you all for the next lecture of this series. So in previous lecture we have already discussed about the industries like defense, automotive industries. Today we'll discuss more four industries. That is a coin industry, household application industry, toy industry, and shipbuilding industry. So we know that the transformative power of 3D printing across the industries are currently it's nothing but a kind of revolution in additive manufacturing where we can uh, create a multi complicated product or multi complicated component in simple manner, okay, which is very difficult during the normal process, or you can say the traditional process. So to avoid this complexity, or you can say to avoid the inaccuracy in these complex shapes, we can introduce we have the industry has introduced with this additive manufacturing, or you can say 3D printing technology. So in this lecture series, we will discuss these four industry contribution in this four industry, uh, how the 3D printing plays an important role in this four industry. We'll discuss. Now, historical development by industry to industry. First of all, let us consider a coin industry. In early 2000, there is a coin which is manufactured with the traditional method or scalping method. After 2000, they have introduced the first scalp. In 2010, the first time European countries has introduced SLA resin-based prototyping to preview the commemorative dies, reduce the trial cost, and improve the time while manufacturing the initial type of coins. After that, in 2024, US Mint Coins has been adopted the Polyjet and SLA technology to create a digital prototype for coins such as a baseball Hall of Fame communicative issues. That is a limited issue which is published in 2014, which increases the quality of a coin or minted coin as compared to the traditional coin, as their design is more flexible as compared with the traditional, so the complexity will be enhanced in with the help of 3D printing. In mid of 2020, in household applications, the first time the 3D printing launches the uh, RepRap project, which is launched in 2005, where the parts or few parts or for few parts of household appliances has been replaced with the help of 3D printed manufactured parts, because these parts are very quite difficult to identify, or availability of these parts are absolute from the market, because these parts are older part. So in this aspect, the 3D printed parts has been developed and fitted to the particular application, and it works very satisfactory, so the complex design of knobs and other different parts has been modified with the help of this 3D printing. We will discuss it more in concept of householding application with respect to 3D printing. In toy industries, there is a very major role played by the 3D printing application, because In a toy industry, there is a independent designs begin the selling custom toys designs, which is by online. You can order, you can book, customize the online the design of a toy, and you can make an order. So based on this, there is a lesser mass production, rather than that, say we can say a batch production. uh, so this 3D printing allows company to sell it in a proper manner with customization uh, based on the customer's child's choice. Then refinement based on the household application. Previously, there is old using only um, polymers or resins. Uh, in after 2010, uh, these can be manufactured with the help of metal materials. In 2022-20, the production scale of a coin industry used hybrid workflow, that is combination of 3D printed master model with the traditional minting. In household applications, the millions of parts annually ordered from uh, Thingiverse, so that they can use these household parts instead of buying from company, because this company has absoluted that design. So these parts are not available in a market. With the help of this 3D printing, they can customize and manufacture these parts. In toy manufacturing, the complex kind of multi-material toys nowadays are available in a multicolor color. Also, these are available. Previously, it is available in single color only, but nowadays multicolor toys are also manufactured with the help of 3D printing. Now, the most important thing, what is the role of 3D printing in a coin industry? As we know that the first time the European country has minted the private mint coin mint with the help of SLA method, 3D printing method, and material was used for photopolymer resin. Okay, so it is first use of 3D printing for die manufacturing in a coin industry, which is private metal makers in Germany, which is using this die for making 3D printing coin dies. After that, in 2014, the US has designed a base hall of fame commemorative coin using CAD and 3D printing mockups. They are directly manufacturing these coins with the help of 3D printing technology. After that, multiple countries like UK, Canada, Germany, Japan, even though in while 2022, when Japan has organized the Tokyo Olympics, in that also the Olympic medals has been manufactured with the help of SLA prototyping technology, which is the steel die engraving. Similarly, the Global Museum Academias, Switzerland, US, they are also using directly the coins, which is manufactured with the help of this 3D printing. The major important aspect with respect to the contribution of 3D printing in a coin industry. So first one is a prototyping and design validation. As we know that the traditional coin design are curved or milled into dies, which is time consumable and more costly. But with the help of 3D printing, we can manufacture rapid coin models, enable means to visualize and refine the artistic detail like portraits, engravings, and national symbols before communicating to the expensive die production. So designer can test different relief depths and textures to optimize the both aesthetic and anti counterfeiting features. Now, with the help of 3D printing, we can manufacture dies and tools for fabricating these traditional coins. Then the complex geometry we can engrave with the help of 3D printed patterns. Even though we can engrave the nano textures so that no one can be copied the similar coin or forge forge fabrication of these coins can be avoided. Then communicative customer coins or comm- commemorative and customer coins. Normally, in private private country, many countries and private means issues a limited edition of customer coin or medals. So 3D printing, uh, 3D printing enables the rapid creation of these complex 3D relief or multi-material finishing and artistic design of these for these coins. It allows production to personalize the token medal for collectors and event without requiring any mass scale minting infrastructure. They can directly manufacture with the help of this 3D printing. Generally, for this, the material is used in a traditional way is gold, silver, copper, nickel alloy. But 3D printing, we can use high performance polymers for traditional tokens, then composite material for durable testing, then ceramic and hybrid structure for novelty and collaborative makers. The cost point of view, traditional method will take more time and more initial cost is more cost as the dice has to be uh, manufactured and prepared. After that only the coin making process will be initiated. But in with the help of 3D printing, we can directly make the coins or mints in few weeks rather than in few days rather than few weeks. It reduces the waste waste compared to the subtractive die machining. Then it increases the complexity in manufacturing point of view. The 3D printing can allows educational and museum applications also with respect to the minting, because there the visitors can create a token. That coin or token has been developed. We can develop separately or based on the museum or based on the educational company. We can develop that one and we can circulate this among the visitors. So there is a one case study we can discuss, that is a path meant digital transformation in Australia in 2015. The prototype developed three times from 3 weeks to 48 hours. Now the designer have a high resolution SLA printer to create a master model that are then scanned and used to CNC machine production dies. This hybrid approach has enabled the mint to increase their commemorative coin offering by 40% while they're reducing the design cost by 30%. Their Australian lunar series showcase the intricate animal details that would have been nearly impossible to hand sculpt with such consistency across the multiple years of releases. Now, we need to understand the importance or what is the role of 3D printing in household application. In household application, the industry by revolution how the products are designed, tested and manufactured and maintained. It promotes the innovation and sustainability and user centered design while reducing the cost and production time. As the materials and printing technology continues to advance, the 3D printing will become a central part of a smart, sustainable, and personalized home appliance manufacturing, shaping the future of modern living. They provide some major facilitate to the user. That is, first one is the rapid prototyping. So you can create wrap immediately or enable a quick creation of appliances components such as knob, handles, casting, fan blades, which helps in testing design to fit strength and functional before the mass production. It reduces the development time cost and the cost very significantly. Customization and personalization. 3D printing allows user to manufacture or to design unique part that is called as a tailored made to as per personal preferences. The support modular and user specific design can be used and manufactured or can be manufactured with the help of 3D printing, which is more creative, having a very aesthetic flexibility in home production design. It is generally used in interior design. Now, maintain and repair. So, few of the parts is very difficult to purchase from the uh, purchase from the market because these machines are very older and their spare parts are not available in the market, which is totally absolute. So these spare parts we can manufacture and replace based on the demand. That is on demand parts we can manufacture and supply to the consumer. It reduces the waste as the only require the amount of material and minimize waste compared to the traditional machining, which supports the circular economy by enabling the repair instead of disposal. Uh, it reduces the carbon footprint through the local and the demand manufacturing. With the help of 3D printing, we can use complex design and lightweight structure. The complex design which is not available or which is impossible with respect to conventional can with the help of this 3D printing we can manufacture these uh, complex geometries and we can maintain the same strength by reducing the weight. Then we can go with we have one case study here. I fix it. I fix it and the right to repair movement. The in 2023, the Purisha Research has a repair manual platform. Uh, they have created a database of 3D printable replaceable part for common household items. They have found that there is a first in the first year over the 2 million parts were downloaded and printed by the user worldwide. Okay, yeah, because the people nowadays they can use direct 3D printing uh, machine in their area so that they can directly download the soft copy or as a STL file of that component. They can directly manufacture in their home itself. The most popular prints, including washing machine knobs, vacuum cleaner attachment, and kitchen appliances component. These three components are were mostly downloaded from their database. One user saves approximately $300 by printing the replacing ice maker door for discontinuing discontinued refrigerator model as a part of 15 cents in the material and 2 hours of printing time. So it's a very good example where the 3D printing plays a very important role during the fix or replacement of repairing parts. Next one, the important role, that is role played by the 3D printing in toy industry. We know that the toy industry has multiple featured toys, and the complexity of these toys are very high as compared with the other particles, other components, or in other industries. So the main purpose is rapid prototyping and initiative, or you can say concept development. In earlier, the validating the shapes, ergonomics, and mechanical functions. Uh, each part has been developed separately in olden days. Nowadays, you can directly create the whole part in a single piece only, and that can be used the dozens of variations with the help of this 3D printing manufacturing. Then you can use a complex geometries and movable parts with the help of this 3D printing, as the design with the interlocking components, articulated joints, and internal mechanisms that would be impossible to prohibit the expensive using the traditional manufacturing. The toys can be printed in a single assembled piece with the movable parts, eliminating the assembly steps and small parts that can be pose choking hazard for the young children. This capability unlocks the entire new category of educational and mechanical toys. Then mass customization is the new one of the most important role which is played by the 3D printing in toy industry. The companies offer platform where the children design personalize their toys. They can choose the color, feature, accessories, and even the upload their own drawing to be transformed into three-dimensional object. This level of customization creates the emotional connection between that children and their toy, while commanding the premium price. Limited edition release, the collector item becomes economically viable even in a small quantity. There is a case study in 2022. Hasbro Superfan Art platform. The Hasbro Superfan Art platform follows fans to submit their original design for action figure based on the popular franchises. They have selected designs and are 3D printed in a small batch, that is 52 to 200 units, and sold directly to the collectors. The program generated over 10,000 submissions in the first year, with the top design selling out within 1 hour. Within an hour, by leveraging the 3D printing, Hasbro mentionized fan creativity without the massive investment required for traditional toy production, which runs for 10,000 plus units. The initiative strengthened brand loyalty while discovering talented designers who were subsequently hired into the Hasbro production development team. Then next one is a historical development of 3D printing in shipbuilding. Rather than initial uh, in shipbuilding, various parts which is directly in contact with the sea water. So this part is having very lesser life as compared with the other parts. So to develop such kind of to manufacture such kind of parts which we sustainable with the help of these salty material or salty water, the 3D printing has been introduced in this segment. In 2005 to 2010, the 3D printing, the US researcher, naval researcher, developed a prototypes of different some sea some different prototypes, prototype tools and fixture which exploring the potential of application for C manufacturing capabilities on long deployments. In next 5 years, 2011 to 15, uh, 11 to 15, they have developed the marine grade metal printing material which can resist the salt water corrosion, open a new possibilities where the companies like Warsila and Demen shipyard which established the 3D printing research division focusing on propeller component, pump component and wall that could withstand the harsh maritime environment. This we will discuss in next slide also. The first shipboard installation, the 3D printing part in between 2016 to 2020, the first 3D printed part that is a propeller shaft has been developed and installed over the machine over the ship, and they can directly use this propeller uh, for manufacturing for application. The 3D printed manufactured propeller reduces approximate leading time from months to weeks. Then in present date, till present date, the major shipbuilders are now using integrated 3D printing in stand production workflow. On-demand spare parts manufacturing becomes reality with the ship carrying printers to fabricate replacement their own OEOs. The technology proves the particular valuable for legacy vessel where the original parts are not longer manufactured. They can directly carry their 3D printing machines, and whenever it requires they can manufacture their 3D printed parts. Now as we discuss the case study, 3D metal forge and ConocoPhillips polar uh, idwares. So in 2021, Singapore-based 3D metal forge successfully tested a multiple 3D printed stainless steel component abroad. ConocoPhillips Polar Tanks Oil Tanker Polar and and Evers. The part included wall components, pump housing, pump fitting, which is shown in the right side, were subjected to rigorous sea trials spanning 18 months. Now, result shows the printed parts exhibits the equivalent or superior corrosion resistance and mechanical properties as compared with the traditional manufactured equipments. The project demonstrates 60% cost reduction and 75% faster delivery time compared with the conventional supply chain. The most significant, the tanker crew printed two emergency replace parts during the Pacific Ocean crossing, avoiding the costly port detours and scheduling delay that would have a cost hundred of thousands of dollars. Next one, the we have just seen the four industries. We can every industry having some advantages and disadvantages of implementing the 3D printing in their segment. So generalize we can see what are the advantages and disadvantages. So first one is design freedom and complexity. As we seen in every industry, the 3D printing allows the designer to manufacture a complex part, which can be directly manufactured, which is impossible to manufacture with the help of traditional manufacturing. So these designs can be manufactured with the help of 3D printing. That is a dif- different advantage as compared with the traditional manufacturing. Then mass customization. If any component, if any tooling needs multiple customization, which is not economically available with respect to any industry. But with the help of 3D printing, we can manufacture tailored specific shapes, then toys, ships component, etc. With the help of this 3D printing communication, because mass customization is very much correlated with the satisfaction of consumer. Then reduce waste, as we know that the material which is required to build that part only, there is a less chips and scraps manufactured with the help of 3D printing. So in average, it reduces waste by 40 to 90% based on the material, based on the part and application. Then rapid prototyping, typing and innovation. Okay. So whatever the design we have designed, a designer can be designed. In traditional manner, it will take months or weeks to conduct first prototype, because they have to manufacture jig and fixture or dies, and then only they can able to create a um, prototype. But with the help of 3D printing, you can directly print that component and you can conduct multiple tests so that it is suitable or not, that can be checked. Distributed manufacturing, it is one of the most important customer oriented service uh, can be enabled to the every service provider. They can manufacture a spare parts nearby the customer location only, so that the production, as soon as the demand receives, the manufacturing has been start, because the demand is very less, and based on that, each and every time we need to purchase part from industry and saved to in inventory, which is not, which is very costly as compared to inventory management and initial investment also there. So reduce these shipping, environmental impact, etc. We can use this distributed manufacturing concept, so that as soon as the customer need it, we can manufacture parts at that instance only, and we can deliver it as soon as possible, but lesser than the traditional one. Disadvantage, material limitations. As we know that there are few materials where only can be used for metal type of 3D printing. That materials are metal alloys, ceramic and composite material. Uh, which but in few applications the material combinations needed to be improved. So this is one of the limitations which have. Then high initial investment, as been that the 3D industry grade 3D printer capable of the production of quality parts for coin shape building or any kind of toys, which having a cost about the $50,000 to $1 lakh. The capital investment required for these barrier for, because of this capital investment, small manufacturing are not looking to hire the 3D printers, and they can manufacture these spare parts and provide the service. They are thinking like that they can directly buy the components from the industry, and they can distribute to the consumer whenever it is necessary. Production speed for volume. 3D printing has one more disadvantage. If the number of components, or we can say, if you have to manufacture a single component in volume, then it is very difficult to manufacture it. In this segment, the traditional process will increase the speed and low cost for manufacturing the volume or bulk amount of components, but it is similar component. Surface finish and post processing. In Many 3D printing process produces part required significant post process, sanding, polishing, heat treatment, and machining to achieve the desired surface quality and dimensional accuracy. This additional labor can offer some of the technology cost and time and advantages. Then quality consistency changes. The quality of the 3D printing material 3D printing is totally depend upon the environmental condition, printer calibration, then mechanical properties depending on build orientation. This can be achieving process consistency required for critical ship component or safety certified toys demand rigorously rigorously quality protocols. Because in this area, you does not um sacrifice the quality. So we have to maintain the quality, and for that we need a consistent quality material, a product which is totally depend upon these parameters. I hope you have understood the basic major role of 3D printing in these four industries, industrial applications, and the advantage disadvantages of these uh, with respect to the application. In next lecture, we will discuss the four types, that is unmanned vehicle, then unmanned vehicle, then food industry. Okay, so four industry we will discuss in next lecture. Thank you very much for joining the lecture.